Hello and welcome to our GCU Esports broadcast of Collegiate Valorant. Today we'll be in our Legend Series. I'm Joseph Martinez.
I'm Eli Ford, and we're bringing this to you from the beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, from the GCU Esports Arena.
We'd like to remind you that GCU Esports is sponsored by both Rockstar and Canes.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to this new stream today. Again, we're doing Valorant today. It is the main roster going up against TMU's team today, and it's going to be a doozy. Last week wasn't quite the outcome that we were hoping for, a 0-2 loss to Fisher University. In pretty devastating fashion, I might add.
Yes,
But
yes.
overall, looking to kick back that week, just put it in the back of our minds, think about how we're going to move forward into this week as we go on in the Legends Series 1-1.
Yes. Hopefully we're able to get it to 2-1 today. Honestly, I think the guys have a lot to learn from the last game. There was a lot that usually our guys learn from losing really well, so hopefully they're able to kind of put that on the back burner, but also keep that just enough in their mind so that it doesn't happen again, so that they don't make the same mistakes. But like we said, when going into this Legend Series, we're going in the higher ranking. We're expecting more competition. It was going to be tougher, and yeah, it really showed last time.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm looking forward to seeing if Sunset gets picked again. I know we played it last week.
Yeah.
Kind of got steamrolled on that map. Just overall, seeing if maybe the game or if the game maps, if the map bands get a little different. If maybe we don't see a sunset, maybe we do see a sunset, and then we see some improvements on what went wrong the last time around when they got basically destroyed on sunset.
Yes.
That was basically what happened.
Sorry, that's what happened.
Maps. Yeah, I mean, split was pretty close, but other than that, it was just it was a killing. But
yeah. Fisher pulled away on split. Sunset, they just slaughtered.
Yeah, it was just Fisher the entire way. But moving on against TMU, Looking forward to see what maps do come up in the mix. Looking forward, maybe hoping to see the bind, a little bit of bind. I do love a little bit of bind here and there, especially in the new map pool.
Like we've been saying, we just keep going back to the same 2 maps, split and sunset, split and sunset. I mean, for I think every matchup we've had in Legend so far, and then there was a couple before that too last semester that were just in split and sunset. So hopefully we get to kind of diversify that, get to showcase the other maps we're really good at, and then like you said, maybe it might cause us to change up the picks if we're getting slaughtered in certain ones, or it's a struggle in other fights.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward, hopefully, to seeing something other than sunset and split.
Yes.
The past 2 weeks, it's been either or it's been first map. Well, I guess the first week it was first map sunset then split. Last week it was split then sunset.
Yeah,
but still, just being able to see a map other than sunset or split would be pretty fun. Just on the stream, something a little bit different, a little bit fresh. See some new comps here and there if they do come into fruition.
Yes.
Flourishing, whatever flower
fruition.
term that is.
Yes.
What I mean.
And then on top of that, we get to see different team comps. Just we've been seeing the same agents go in and out every time, and then like with very, very little diversification, and we can guess the diversification that is going to happen. Just like, oh, this might get traded out for this instead of what it normally is, and then that happens, and that's about it. That's all we get.
Yeah, and I do want to really quick put a quick shout out to the Valorant guys. This past weekend we had CVAL, the top 64.
Right.
First 2 rounds of CVAL and ended up taking both series 2-0. Now in top 8, maybe not top 64, then it was top 32 that they were playing in first 2 rounds. But in top 8 in double elimination, so love that going in this next weekend for CVAL as well. So,
I heard our guys absolutely crushed it, running it like 12-2 on one of them.
Yeah, it was pretty much a crush on both series that they played against. Played SDSU, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember who the first team that we played was, but all good because it was a win
just
nonetheless.
Just a tally on the scoreboard.
Yeah, exactly.
I even heard rumor that one of our players was not feeling 100% and was still doing really great.
Yeah, let's just call it a flu game. I guess,
flu game, like
basically.
Jordan's.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Just the Jordan flu game, all good.
Crazy. I heard he dropped a 30 bomb. Evan.
Maybe not 30, but oh well, whatever.
But close enough.
Yeah, close enough. Had a couple good games, but just in general, looking forward to seeing how those maps maybe come into this league. Just overall, seeing how they would play it, maybe the same way, maybe a little bit differently. Who knows? Depending on TMU and how maybe any VOD review that had gone into TMU in this past week. So yeah, looking forward to that.
What's super important though about being able to compete in the NECC and CVAL is that they just get repetition. They be able to go in over and over, get that practice in, but not just like scrims against just whoever. It's against other competitors. Like they're all competing, maybe not quite at the same level, but they're all competing to win, and they have the same access to like the strategies and stuff to where they can all think at that level.
Right.
It's just like performing is a different is the different question.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree. I think when we talk about performing, I think it's gonna really come down to maybe the calls that Volt comes in with, or maybe even what kind of value that like a player like Nader can get from the lurking that he does on basically all over the maps. When he plays a couple of these Sentinel players, Sentinel roles in general, just seeing how much he can get behind enemy lines, and just seeing how many kills he gets for it.
Yeah, it's always great to see them play the roles. Like Envy's, like either he's super aggressive based off of whatever his role, like based off the round or the map pick, but then he always plays his role really well, and I think that kind of goes under the radar sometimes. I know we try to highlight it as much as possible, but people are like, oh, they didn't pop off. It's like, no, they didn't pop off, but they did exactly what they were supposed to. And if they had not been doing that, then the match would have gone a lot differently. So it's great to see that. And then I know the people that like you recognize that and taught me how to recognize that. Like, oh yeah, maybe he didn't get a bunch of kills, but like this is what he's doing. He's throwing out the util. He's making everybody question this and that. So it's great to see that on a collegiate level. And then just like once you understand it, it's just big brain time.
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, just going back to Envy's in general, I mean, the util that we've seen from him on maps like Sunset and Split, with the Viper, with the Breach, just in general, I mean, it's been pretty stellar. Just being able to get all of this wrapped up and just being able to be in a good space to get kills when he needs to, trades when he needs to, and also having a really good utility placement. And also him spamming through smokes, like just
Yeah.
Kills everyone through smokes randomly.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you why, but
Nah.
we'd love to see it.
We don't know why he hits his shots. Call it luck. Call it divine intervention. They just hit. It's like
they do hit.
We're
it's
like, yes,
wild.
thank you. It's also really funny when we see that, because we can see the outlines that players can't.
Yeah.
Just to keep reminding everybody, is that you're watching something that they cannot see. So they're just firing through there, and they're just trading to, like, this is where we should shoot because it's likely that somebody's here.
Yeah.
And it's awesome when we see them hit or just how close they get to hitting somebody. I think there was a time last week where there was a super close shot to like a headshot, and it was just like a one click with a vandal, just like, let me just test the smoke, and it shoots through, and it was like right by the opponent's head, and it was like, oh.
There's just an op holding a smoke, and you can just see the outline of the player standing still right
You're
behind the smoke, and you're like, you just shoot, you just get a kill.
It's like you could do it. Let's do it. Just pull the trigger. Yeah. No, it's always super cool to see it, and that's kind of just like where like kind of the fan part comes in. You're like, go, do it, and less of the like broadcast of like, well, he's going to be doing this right now, and that's kind of why it's super awesome to be able to do this job, is because we get an experience like that.
Yeah, just in general, yeah. Also for, I think for not for Dino, for Sipe, his smokes just in general, his utility has been pretty good overall.
Sipe's been playing a lot of Astra, right?
Yeah, Astra on Split, and then obviously on Sunset we've seen him on Omen. That's the only two maps we've seen again, because why not? But hoping for a little bit something different. But just in general, seeing him use his utility just really well to support everyone, especially on Split. I feel like Astra, it can be super difficult to like really use your util well, especially with how they changed Astra recently.
Yeah.
I say recently, but it was like most recent patch she did get changed.
Yeah.
There's like a 2-second cooldown for when you place down a star for when you can use it.
Got it.
It used to not be the case. You could just use it off rip, and that's what made Astra so good. But yeah, just being able to be aware of the minimap like at all times and just be ready to place down a star wherever he sees a player. It's just really good.
Yeah. Another thing of speaking about the mini map is just like knowing where everybody's out on the map at all times, just the communication that goes through, but also like really listening. We've seen some other matches in the past or from different teams, like when in Purple Rain you see different teams, and you can kind of see the difference where like what happens when a team doesn't pay attention as well or doesn't communicate as well. So it's like there's sounds popping off over here, but we're not reacting or we're not reacting fast enough. And so our guys are always like on top of that really, really well, and it's cool to see that.
Yeah, and I think what we saw last week with Fisher, like it's kind of going off what you say, but also a little bit different, like with stuff like the Outlaw. Just using that and getting momentum in that way, and just being aware of like, oh, they're on a lighter buy, so they have the light shield.
Yeah.
So Outlaw is going to basically be an op this round.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and I think that's one thing like that's really changed. I know I've said it a lot in previous streams with the Outlaw just in general.
Yeah.
But seeing that gun come through and like be used a lot more just in general, even on like when a team is going to be on a lighter buy, so you don't have to force up an op, you can just force up an Outlaw instead.
Yeah.
Kind of makes it the econ game and a little bit of what you're wanting to buy just a little bit harder to figure out in these early games.
And speaking of just like the brain behind your gun choice is just like the judge also we've talked about.
Yes.
Like it's less than a Vandal. It does high damage up close. And if you have a player that just needs to save a little bit or save for the rest of the team, possibly buy later, like we've seen op buys for another player. We see that often. We see somebody grab the judge and just like, you know what, I'm going to bite the bullet on this one. I'll probably die, but I'm going to take 2 or 3 of people with me. And that's where the whole team comes around and they just like, okay, they've been moving this way. They've been coming to these spots. If I turn the corner here, I will be able to blast 2 of them in the head and then probably get the 3rd one.
Yeah.
So it's awesome to just see that, and then these guys just knowing, and then also the sacrifice plays like that, just knowing, hey, I might die, but this is what the team needs.
Right.
And no one's going for like no one's going for clips or anything. It's we're winning, and we're gonna get the team to win.
Yeah, I think the amount of times that I've seen like envies with the judge on Viper when he has his ult, just in general, I'll just see him just galloping along, just all right, I got the judge
with the dragon, just
once I get my ult down, it's game over, and it's just everyone's just like 1 HP in the ult, it just gets horrible. But we did finally get our map choices, so we're gonna be heading to Split for the first map, and GCU will be starting on attack, and then going over to Ascent,
a
for
new
the
map.
second map. Kind of a new map. I feel like it's not a new map because it won't be kind of different at all. But hey, all good. And then obviously for our third map, our decider, if it does go 1-1 in the first two maps, it is going to bind as well.
Ooh,
so that's also a new map.
Mm-hmm.
Loving that a lot. And GCU will be starting on attack on all three maps. So definitely looking forward to seeing the aggressive start that they want to bring in, like they normally do on. For most maps, most games, they have that aggressive start on the attack. Just nice to see.
Especially on Split where we run the double duelist.
Yeah.
Just, it goes crazy. You got the jet for Nader. Just, it's beautiful.
Yeah, and then also Dino there to support him as well. The double satchel is looking really good on the map in general.
Yeah.
Just getting onto spots like Rafter randomly when you go onto that A push and you just double satchel up into Rafter and kill the players in heaven when they really aren't expecting it.
Yeah.
Can be really detrimental to the other team. So.
Yeah. And then hitting the ult, and you're just like, oh, there it is.
Actually, it gets kills? Incredible.
It does damage. Crazy.
Doesn't feel like that sometimes. It's actually wild how small the AOE of it is.
Yeah. For a rocket launcher.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, it's just a rocket launcher.
That's it.
It's not that much.
That's it. The casualty rates are really low with rocket launchers.
Yeah, of course. I would think so at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what was it? The other thing that our team's been doing that is a little weird is that we've been getting util kills. Just here and there.
I felt like Envy's got like 3 kills with the aftershock on Bridge last week. It was so odd because it's like with the aftershock, it's kind of an easy utility to dodge just in general. And it looked like when he was shooting it through the map, like it was in spots where it's like through the map, so you can't really swing off it. So there's not really much value to doing it other than getting like a sky off a dog. But I mean, this guy just died like 3 times.
Multiple times.
And we were just sitting here. We're like, okay, we got a kill somehow. Sure.
Eli was like,
Works
was that
for me.
kill with aftershock? And we're like, yeah, it pops up again. Not another one again. Just okay.
Yeah, he's actually looking like I can't even think of that Breach player. And Nosy, I think is what his name is. That plays Breach. I used to play Breach only, but kind of tamed down now. I'm pretty sure. I haven't watched him in a long time, or his content in a long time. So.
And then that leads to the other utils that Envy's with Viper always like manages to hit a Molotov like every other game, which is weird.
Yeah.
Just like there's a guaranteed Molotov from Envy's nearly every time. Just like you're gonna see one.
Yeah, it's true. And I feel like with Viper, I feel like it's the easiest character to get molly kills with. It's kind of weird though with like Brimstone. Obviously the molly does more damage and the Viper molly doesn't quite do as much damage, but when you pair it with the Viper orb, it does decay to their health. So they'll just naturally their health will just go down, and then obviously the molly, it does double damage.
Yeah.
And then they'll just be sitting in a smoke in a molly. Their health goes down like as a Brimstone molly, even probably a little bit faster, I'd say. And then obviously if you spam through the smoke and you hit them like 1 time, it's 80 damage with a Vandal, like 78 with a Phantom. There's not much getting away from that, and that's like free kills.
It's free.
It is literally free kills when you play Viper.
Yeah. No, it's awesome to see them play like that and just know their characters, their agents so well.
Yeah.
Just being able to see that, and then the other thing we've been mentioning is Envy's playing. Oh no, not Envy's. Sky getting played a lot.
By Volt. Yeah.
When Volt has to play on Split, just kind of tones himself down a little bit, and just playing Sky. And we mentioned a lot that the flashers kind of they got nerfed a little bit.
They did. It's so sad. It is actually just so sad how.
And then the Wolf too. You said that just doesn't get a swivel as much. It has to target.
Like when it does its little lunge thing at the end. Yeah. Like the little lunge thing. You can't like spin it around.
Get as much info.
Super fast. So it's so sad that they changed it. Honestly, probably changes that needed to happen. It was a little busted, but like. No fun.
But we utilized it and it helped us, so we kind of were like,
A lot of people utilized it, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that was like one of the biggest mechanics for Sky.
Yeah.
Is for when people actually realize you can just spin around, see an entire map randomly for free, and just get like infinite
all the
info. Sure, why not? Might as well.
The other thing I think we've been seeing a lot is because of the map picks is ciphers. Ciphers being played a lot. It's just like, okay, the tripwire is out. And I think at one time we saw, and I remember asking you, I'm like, so does the Wolf break the tripwire by, like, triggering it? And you were like, I think so. And then one time, it's just the Wolf lunges through, gets caught in the tripwire and broke it. And we're like, well, that's a way to do it.
Yeah, it's actually is makes Cypher so strong now is that like when the wolf does get trapped in the trapwire, it used to just break the tripwire and it was like a one-use thing. But now like when it gets caught in it, the tripwire like deactivates for a second and a half and it reactivates. So it doesn't really, it's not like the same effect as like like why a Sova like would drone or early when it's against a Cypher to try and break the early tripwires. You can't really use it for that.
Yeah.
But I also think that's why we've been seeing like Sovas on Sunset recently.
Yeah.
We saw it with Fisher, and I also saw it. We saw it on Purple Rain a couple of times. Just seeing the Sova for Sunset to break the tripwire, and it's literally just for that. Like the drone's all right, but I think it can be pretty slow. I feel like Sunset you kind of have to hit kind of fast whenever you do the executes. So just having a really slow drone doesn't really help. The dart's kind of iffy because it's like split. There are a lot of corners. There are a lot of ways to dodge those darts.
Yeah.
And it's not really super effective. So literally you're just using a shock dart to break Cypher trips, and that's your reason for being as a Sova. It's actually wild to
That's
me.
your bread and butter. That's it.
Yeah. Because it used to be the Rays. She would just use her satchels, but they even changed that. So it has to like charge up a second and a half, maybe a second. And then it will like charge up, and then it can break stuff. So
Gotcha.
it gets a little, it's just having to find new ways to deal with Cypher can be annoying.
I think another thing we were talking about just over Purple Rain and then also some of the past couple streams is like the team comps, right? There's a team comp, but then maybe the best team comp doesn't have the best team ults we were talking about.
Yeah.
There was a couple times where like, hey, these ones actually line up pretty good, and it's like something we don't get to see as often because they don't normally work.
Right.
Like, okay, maybe all of these ults work really well together, but all the agents don't work well together, or vice versa. You know?
Yeah. And it's kind of like seeing like higher impact ultimates, like a Sky ult that just gives you free info on 3 players on the map, or like a Brimstone ult, opposed to an Omen ult. I mean, you can TP anywhere on the map, and it makes for some fun clutch plays that can occur. But other than that, I mean, if you're trying to choose between a random TP to any part of the map and then a Brimstone ult that it's just a molly, but a giga strong molly. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just a super molly.
It's just the orbital strike. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. Just the satellites being called in. All good. But yeah, it's just those kind of things where, you know, obviously you want to play a certain agent, but their ultimate doesn't really do much. It's kind of like a Cypher ult. Like it's super high impact, but you have to get a kill for it. It's only like for 5-10 seconds that it's really effective. And, you know, if that's the case, then it doesn't really work out as much. But just getting in that we are going into Agent Select for this first map on Split Attack, GCU Esports versus Toronto Metropolitan University, TMU. And it's going to be a bit of a doozy going into it. For Split off rip, and it's going to be a little bit different on the side of TMU. Have a Breach Sky with that Omen, Cypher, and Jet. Saw a little bit of this on Purple Rain, seeing that Breach in general. And a pretty aggressive comp, kind of difficult, more so difficult on defense, unless you're going to get super aggressive with it. Seeing that you have the 2 Sky Flashes, you have the 2 Breach Flashes, a Concuss, even have the Omen Paranoia, which is just a blind, but you get nearsighted. It's kind of different, not really that much different though. So I'm interested to see how TMU decides to play this pretty aggressive comp on defense side. As for GCU, it's going to be that standard split comp that we've seen the past 3 weeks. Raze, Jet, Viper, Astra, Sky. And it looks like they're prepped up for yet another push towards A on the pistol. It's probably going to be that Jet Dash, that Raze double satchel up to ramp. And maybe TMU ready to take in that aggression, a cage early for A ramp. And the Sky there as well, maybe to get a couple. It's a little different too, also. Actually has the Sky Dog to go along with it, not the Sky Flash.
Ooh, that Cypher just sitting there. Nader got hit by the dog there.
Yeah, and a
Don't
nice
often
nade.
see that.
Try and help his teammate Dino. Now a couple flashes come in, and the hit is about to come through. The tripwire on site maybe to allow for a free kill onto GCU, and there it is. Stallion's gonna find enemies with that tripwire. So now GCU looking to go through the smoke a little bit, the bomb to go through. Nader spam through, and Dino a trade as well. 3v2. And nice right clicks. Dino and Sipe find everything. The paranoia does come through. 1v2, the bomb goes down. A nice satchel. Gonna find some util. The nade out. But the 1v1 to not be found in fives.
Putting down Sipe. Hey.
The ghost betraying Sipe there. The dink comes through, but the light shield bot. And some well-placed shots are going to win it for TMU.
Yeah, really well played by both there. It's just a matter of hitting the shots. Like we said, it's a shooter. It comes down to that sometimes. But yeah, really well done there. The grenade was a little cheesy, I'm not going to lie.
Might think about keeping the gun out there, but I like the idea. Like, you know, he's in that really confined space. And I think if the nade doesn't get super unlucky, it kind of looked like it hit off his foot and bounced right back towards Dino in that spot. If that doesn't happen, I'd have to imagine that Omen is just backing up into the nade and just dying for his efforts, and the 1v1 probably going to be easier to win in general. But now the eco to try and come through for GCU, and this Cypher.
No surprise at all that the Cypher is currently blocking off A, but also lurking there right now too, not really moving around much.
Yeah, just going to be sitting on his cam, seeing anything that comes up through heaven, maybe even onto A main. Later, trying to see TMU getting a little adventurous through mid, and there comes the stun back from spawn. He's not going to find anything for it.
Good dash by their Jet there.
Yeah, just getting out of
by Dimes Zera.
Nice from Nader as well. Gets into Ven. Now a bit of a split onto this
Stallion takes out Envies and Volt. Dino trades. Ooh, Stallion with another one.
Taking one gonna be found. Now kind of comes down to Diamond. Also over through A main. Sipe might get a little bit. Oh, a nice kill from Dino. Picks up the gun as well. Seeing if he can't find any more, but no, Fives will put him down. It's a mad dash towards B for Sipe. 1v3. We've seen him win these like this before. Deagle to come out. It's 15 seconds on the clock.
You've seen crazier happen.
And a possible bomb plant. Here's the player CT.
10 seconds left.
Oh, the shot not found. Now just gonna go for that bomb plant. Maybe to get it off, but no, a kill does come through. Maybe some more to be found. It's a running gun though. Too strong. Yeah, that's gonna be a normal outcome. Nice kills though on GCU's side. 3 players down. A lighter buy to have to come through for TMU. We go into the third. Full guns now. Light shield only for Jet. Hater on GCU. And a lot of these tripwires for TMU just looking to get a little cheeky, find some free random kills with the tripwire through every spot while they execute on this side. And it looks like GCU is going to be running right into it. The dash up into heaven, not to quite work out the way he wants it, being super careful of these tripwires as well. Does break one, and now bomb plants come through, a 5v5 retake. Yeah, and there's a second one, doesn't find anything for it. It's now all 5 players from TMU.
Yeah.
Still alive.
We gotta be careful grouping up. It's something else I noticed here on this map is we tend to group up when we plant like that, and then we all rush out trying to.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's the first to find, but Fives.
Ooh, nice. Sipe into a good position. Only getting one.
No more found. Now just Envies on this round, but the flash does come through, and that's a 3rd round bonus for TMU. Pretty unfortunately played. Nice smokes though from Fives as they go out onto that site. Is gonna cut off the GCU defenses from being able to play off of each other. Yeah, just like what you said, kind of grouping up on site. And I don't think that might have been the best play, especially against guns that are going to be favoring close range. The Deagles, not necessarily a Guardian, but you know, if you can get close up with a Guardian, that's 3 shots at the body and you're dead. Kind of idea. So yeah, just hoping to see a bounce back from GCU here.
It looks like we're thinking about going to B this time, leaving A alone, but it looks like the Cypher read that and is now covering B instead of A. The enemy Viper's healing off.
Yeah, it is going to be a little different.
I'm sorry, our Viper's healing off A.
Oh, and he actually gets picked down for it. The Sky Dog is going to find the value that they were looking for. No dash to be found either. Now, nice shot from Dino. Now just the Cypher on site here alone, and here comes the Razult as well. He's going to find a kill with it too. Now the 3v2 looking a little bit more possible. Guns for both players, but
who's the plant going to come in?
Could be a little difficult. All these players coming in from heaven. No bomb plant to be found. Dino over by CT might get an angle onto this breach, but no. It's going to be super late. The concuss to come through.
Trying to force Volt out from that pillar right there. Dino's going to sneakily get up, hopefully get a shot on this breach. Volt got put down. Dino takes his shot. Oh, and he gets taken out. Dime Zero taking out the both of them.
Finds 3 on the round, but no round win with it. Again, a nice eco, trying to chip away at the economy from TMU. Make sure they don't get too much of a snowball. You come away with 6 rounds in a row early in the game, it can just be catastrophic.
Yeah.
Just in general, so.
It's not only something you got to fight against just to like actually on the score, but then also something just mentally messes with the players. Like we're down 6 already. These guys are cooking us right now. Just something they got to keep account for. But our guys are usually pretty good about getting their heads in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
TMU having 3 ults ready: the Jet, the Cypher, and the Omen.
And it's pretty aggressive here for GCU as Gator already going to be taking that Vents position within 15 seconds of the barriers dropping. Kind of slows down. 1 player left alone in Vents, Nate. And now the move back towards A is going to be looking ever better.
Envy's has been getting caught over here, and now I can see why. They have all 3 of them following him for a moment there.
Yeah, quite a bit of players to try and keep A main.
It looks like a rotate towards A is being thought of right now. This guy comes through the sewer.
As 1 player seen through Vents, the lurk maybe not to be as big for GCU, and now
you are divided.
4 players, an Astral to come through as well, and now it just comes down to if they find this Jet up in heaven, and they do. Envy's find the first, kind of break out onto this site, and a super late lurk from Jet as well.
Spike
over towards B. But Stallion finds Volts to come through onto the site. No bomb plant to be found quite yet.
All 3 of them here in the A plant right now, but they're going to try to help Dino get this plant here. Sype is going to be in an awkward angle if this smoke goes down.
Yeah, does have this little corner to fall back on. Yep.
Yeah, there it is.
It's now 4v4 retake. It's pretty soon going to come through. 3 players up through screens in a sky very late.
Yeah.
Up in heaven.
Let's see here. We got Jet. We got Nader's Jet coming. Oh, Sype not able to hit that.
So now it's just
Dino in a weird
3v4.
spot. There it
is.
is.
Run through the smoke. Only finds 1 for it though. Nate gonna find 2 on site.
And a
finds
third.
the 3rd up in heaven. A nice hero play as the 3-piece comes through for Nate. And the first round for GCU as well. It's gonna be found pretty heroic fashion. A 3v4 retake after everything is said and done for GCU.
I mean, a great way to get their feet under them there, get a round win, kind of get the momentum going.
Absolutely.
Kind of scare the other team a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
That was a jump scare for sure.
I like the play for Nate there. Instead of wrapping through Vent in a kind of obvious position, just kind of goes back through A main. I'm just going to shut up there real quick because it's about to be really aggressive here as well as the Sky Dog. And now GCU kind of wants to get aggressive here, take the space.
I don't think I've ever seen Nader play the Knife Blade Storm that aggressively and kind of almost a little recklessly run around that corner.
Oh wow, and if Flash does come through, but Five's gonna get the better of both players there.
Phantom spray. Oh, nice. Side through the smoke. What have we been talking about? Let's see, Envy's here. Possibly a molly. Okay. Oh, Sype, another one.
Takes down the op as well. And this could get kind of awkward for Envy. It's such a weird spot. Doesn't clear his left. But Sype does come through with the trade.
Sype is on a 1-man mission right now.
3 found on the round.
Got 2 more.
Now trying to find 1 more player.
I'm in this breach. You're gonna have a meetup right now.
Quite finding each other now. The smoke will
Concealment.
possibly give it away for him.
Oh, I think he was trying to get him to go towards A.
Yeah, and now the breach getting a little worried as Sipe could have walked out, but now the noise does get made and he hears him running on site, even trying to tap for heaven. Now reps back around.
Alright, the plan's coming through.
The 2v1.
He sticks it. Now that Cypher's coming in from the left. He's gonna get pinched here if he's not careful.
Stun does come through. He's not ready for this player in A main though, and yeah, that's gonna be the round for him. As it played very safely for TMU. And that op just to kind of start things off for TMU.
Yeah.
Getting the first blood onto Nate, not quite the ideal start that you would want.
Yeah, no. That was a real sneaky play by the Cypher there. Played real quiet.
Yeah, it was
also, I think that was a singular bullet tap.
Yeah,
it was a
definitely.
singular shot.
As yeah, the timeout does come through. It's probably kind of needed, you know. Like to see a lot of aggression for GCU, but when it gets to op, or goes straight into an op with this guy that has really good util to try and back him up as well, it doesn't quite work out in the way that you would want it. So looking for Taro to come up through with some new ideas, try and get GCU to, you know, kind of get right back into this game after this timeout.
Yeah, honestly, Sipe did a really good job there. Was able to kind of try and pull it back there, but like we said, that breach was holding that corner and was just like, okay, I'll come, but was really relying on that Cypher to come around and make its way through the back on the lurk and just get that shot. And that's what ended up happening.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of unfortunate that it does go down that way, as it looked really likely that Sipe could find the 1v1s that he wanted in that 2v1, just with both players coming in from separate positions on the map, but overall, you know, can't really fault him too much. So, yeah, there's that. Yeah,
it's just that there's, like you said, a bad way to start. We thought the Blade Storm was going to bring a little something, but it was too aggressive, swung around that corner a little too hard.
Yeah, looks like a bit of a light buy. Not quite a light buy, actually. As the force up comes through, Dino and that hero rifle, and there's a judge in Envy's hands. Looking to try and get that ultimate online is Jet up. Trying to find any value here, and a nice
rush down there. Nice.
He does find the kill for it as well. No trade to come through as well. It's now Nate is just stuck alone, and no trade will be found. Still though, 4v4. More players that go down, and the lower it gets, the more advantageous it gets for GCU. On the attacker side is Sean just walks in, but doesn't get punished. Envy's though with the judge. There it is. And the kill doesn't come through?
Crazy.
Oh,
would have been an excellent wallbang.
Oh my goodness, and
5 shutting it out there, 2 in a row.
In a very odd way to lose that round, I feel. Definitely should find that kill onto the breach. Kind of gets unlucky. He doesn't want to poke out too much.
Yeah.
Give the breach a chance, but
played it the smartest he could. Just was unlucky with the way those were coming out of the wall. Also, the Cypher popping through his own little
cage. Yeah.
Yeah. Just it should have been a hit, but he flicked really fast.
Yeah,
I honestly thought they had him on that one.
Let's get a little unlucky, but now GCU down 5 rounds. And that was the ego. That was the timeout round that they were trying to hope for. It's now another full buy to come through. A stinger for Dino, but not quite too bad for him. You know, a stinger can be pretty effective for a raise. Double satchel into the face of whatever player you find. And I mean, you just want to shoot fast. So that is going to be kind of nice, as maybe a fast-ish.
5's there. Getting a little aggressive on first.
Yeah, and Astro Ball as well to come through. Not gonna find any value, and now GCU
nice. Tagged element.
Possibly knows with the TP.
Teleport.
I've got your trail.
Nice double TP as well from.
I'd say 4 out of 5 of them have their ult. Breach just used his to no avail. The Jet has Blade Storm ready.
Oh wow,
I'm getting that right.
Both players for GCU early fall.
The trades are coming real quick right now. It's a 3-2. Bolt here just taking a little too much damage.
Last player standing.
Fast kill for Sean.
Oof, almost got caught there. And
This timing. The up down is going to be difficult to break here.
There it is. Five's doing an excellent job there, just catching him.
Yeah. I mean, that's just another round. It feels like GCU has the upper hand on these executes. Even for both the players that were playing super close to that Astro Wall, the Breach ult completely missed them.
Yeah.
Still not able to find any kills for it. It's the Blade Storm for TMU's Jet comes through in a couple of kills, as well as his other players to find the rest of the GCU team. Now it's just going to be a bit of fast mid-control yet again. The dog early.
Five's there, the TMU Omen just getting a little bit more aggressive as time goes on, realizing that he's able to just hit his shots and just kind of just take out whoever he wants on this GCU team. He's been able to land multiple kills.
And a nice trade from GCU, kind of an aggressive play for Eco for the Breach to do alone, but it does work out in GCU's favor. The first blood to get traded.
Bolt backing up, not wanting that fight just yet.
Yeah. So GCU makes the right call, make their way towards A, but it's going to be this Cypher that's all alone on site. Not going to be an easy take at that. It's both these wires ready to try and find any kills, and there it is, the wall bang. Sean to find two. Now it just trickles down to another 2v4.
Although we do have the Raze ult ready, just in case.
Yeah, it does make it a little bit more winnable, but there comes the first kill, and yeah, there's the second as well as Dimezera.
Unfortunately, it just looks like GCU is not hitting any shots. They're not getting them off fast enough, or they're getting stuck with their util in their hand instead of the gun at the ready. It's happened multiple times now. Dino right there just hesitating, trying to line up the shot, taking a little longer than they should. Dino's also been caught with his grenade out or the bomb, the little bomb buddy out. It's unfortunate.
I think it really makes it difficult too when the Cypher is playing such an aggressive setup.
Yeah.
When you're, you know, GCU, they play super aggressive, try and just take the sites as fast as they can. But when you have these kill trips up and ready to just hit any player that try and go through, it makes it a little bit more difficult. But this time around, only one, and that kill or that tripwire to be found on the break. A little bit of a different plant as well, normally in that corner, but now as the smoke goes down, the 5v5 getting ready to come through.
Five's catching Envy's there. Envy's not had much luck going up against these guys right now.
Yeah, and Fives finds the second as well as GCU trying to find any momentum, but Stallion trying to shut it down. 4v1. They try and find some more, but no, will not find any more, and that's yet another round for TMU. 9 now for them. So it goes into the next round, and I believe it should be an eco for GCU. Second to last round, yeah, not very many to keep on lining up. But even as I say that, looks like they still want to try and take a crack at it. It's going to be Vandals, Light Shields. They even have that Raze ult with them to try and get out onto site. And you know, I kind of like how TMU has been playing this, making the strong side wherever Cypher isn't, and Cypher playing pretty aggressive on sides, shut GCU down pretty much in their aggressive way. They want to play it, and the knife out for Nader gets punished yet again.
Yeah.
Not going to find any value.
Envy's here.
Goes down.
Face off. Getting caught again. Stallion pushing out Bolt. Ooh, Sype hitting a nice headshot. Sype has been popping off here.
Oh, but this Omen is definitely about to just take Sype out. And that's the bomb as well. Dino alone. Deagle only.
Just well. The dog. And there's the finish. That's a great headshot. Really unfortunate. Just all our guys getting domed here.
Yeah, and it's 10-1. TMU's favor, and now it's going to be a really scrappy buy for GCU. Spectres, Guardians, Light Shields, things of that manner.
Living on a prayer over there.
Yeah. They do, though, have the Escher ult, the Raze ult as well. Try and make something happen, anything really happen.
Working with that will be better than what's been going on. There's the Asher
Blocking
smokes.
fish, covering it.
Trying to bait a little bit of a fake, pulling those Asher smokes back on him. Now the Cypher here on B, the op back site, gonna be found by the Raze ult, and now
traded there.
2 players here might
Takes
think that the Cypher is on site somewhere, some way, but they haven't cleared. New box, and Sean gets a kill for it. He actually gets a second as well, a third on site.
Sean is popping off. I'm sorry, but just like the getting caught with your gun out.
Yeah, and
Getting caught pulling out the gun while turning a corner, just stuff we don't normally do.
it's now 1v3 for NBs. Try and pull this off, finds the first, but so much more to do as 3 of these players on site have the bomb in B main. 45 seconds, not going to be a lot of time, but NB's not going to find any more for it. Sean comes away with 4 on the round. And a really tough half for GCU, 11-1, going into their defensive side, which might be not that good, because normally we've seen GCU, even against the more difficult teams, like last week we saw them against Fisher, go 6-6 on the attack side. They get kind of rolled on the defensive side. Maybe that
so now it's not looking hopeful.
Yeah. But, you know, anything is possible. This is a momentum game. So you find that pistol, you find the second round. If you can somehow scrap out the third round as well. Could start to get a little bit of a game on our hands, but not going to be able to say that quite until those rounds do come through for GCUs. Ticks down 3 seconds. Barriers will drop.
Hopefully if they do get this pistol round, they're able to create that momentum there and just kind of run with it for a little bit. Well, they're going to run for it all the way, but I mean, just, you know, make it go quite a few rounds in a row.
Absolutely. Is TMU just silently making their way through mid and a dink instantly onto Envy's. It's going to be not what you want to see. A frenzy in hand.
They have had it out for NBs.
Yeah. Definitely have. As the heal does come through, though.
Excellent.
Sipe.
Ooh, that
trying to
jet
find
right
a little bit of B main, but nothing. And Envy's playing for any contact up in B main as well. No mollies, no smokes. Now Volt.
Nothing is dead quiet right now as everyone moves around.
I thought it was going to go towards Volt, but now the hit to move right back towards A. The dog to come through, and fast hit is going to come through as well as the dash up into heaven.
Plus the breach.
Trying to find anything, yeah, and now the 5v5 might have to be the case. But Sipe
really
gives the first blood, not going to find any of those ghost shots as Frenzy takes down the first.
That Cypher going to probably hit Volt right there, doesn't realize there.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
And the right clicks do not connect. As the breach finds 2, Volt to only find 1, Stallion to get the trade, and now a 1v4. No health to be left with Dino. This a 4v1 doesn't come through, gets run down with the Frenzy, 12-1.
Yep.
Match point.
Going into this, GCU forced to force. Stingers, Buckies, a lot of light shields.
Yeah. You see Bulldogs and Spectres for for TMU, and then a Vandal there, but it's not looking great.
Yeah, definitely more difficult to win with guns like these when you're up against Bulldogs, Spectres, Vandals. It's a fast B hit, looks to be coming through. Sipe, the only one to try and find anything. He does find the first blood, does get concussed though for it, but not going to make much difference. Zamali there to delay TMU on the hit. Now they start walking up, knows that GCU's on these lighter guns, and there's 5 to find that entry. But Sipe on the trade, ever so present. The flash through does go ahead and find Sipe. Now just Volt alone on site with the Stinger, his weapon of choice most of the time. They just keep trying to find these trades, keep this man advantage. It's gonna come down Dino. Finds the kill, and now just Volt completely alone. 1v1.
Doesn't hit
Flash.
it. Nice! He's able to win that.
Kill.
Nice.
And that's life for GCU.
There we go.
If you see one of my
See if they
creatures, it's a
can
good
make
scene,
anything
right?
more of it.
Figure out what
Starting
they
to
do
flop around a
eventually.
little bit, showing they're still alive, fighting for this.
Absolutely. And even, you know, this is where it gets super difficult because obviously you have to win 10 in a row to have a chance at
Yeah.
MT. It's going to be 12 in a row if you want to take those two down as well.
Yep.
But now, I mean, kind of going into, okay, we need to win a couple of rounds. This map might kind of be over.
Yeah.
It's obviously there's the 1% chance, but that's only the 1% that we'll see that normally.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of want to start thinking of, can we get some momentum for the next map? That's going to be the big point that we're going to want to see.
Yeah.
That Molly from NB's.
Just like in normal sports, you want to get in other team's head, you know, just kind of show them that we are kicking, we got some life in us. Dino there with the spray down from the Bulldog.
And a nice
Nice
nade
nade
as well. Yeah, he's going to get that heal from his teammate Volt. TMU has this full heaven control now. Nader just completely alone in vent. Could get
That
run
Bulldog
down.
looking like a menace.
Yeah, definitely gonna have some
Oh, man.
bad effects for TMU if they decide to go in through vent. Flash is finally
Blinded.
gonna
Nice
show
flash.
TMU is
Oh,
in
gets
the
him
heaven.
there. Oh, Nader turns around.
And that
Oh, now
sound
he knows
of it.
where the breach is. Exactly.
Now TMU trying to just walk out onto
30
the
seconds
site.
left.
No, actually thinking different of it.
Going through the vent.
Yeah,
Oh,
gonna be
Nader
Nade
just pulled
all
back
alone.
from there.
See, here is these players in vent as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to see if a split is going to come through. Sees no one in A main.
Nader gonna try and catch him here. Ooh, tags
Does
him.
find one.
Takes out Sean.
Plays his life perfectly.
Ooh.
Snipe to find this lurk on
10
Stallion as
seconds
well.
left.
Is now
Spike planted.
2v4 for GCU. The best
Definitely showing life right now.
that we've seen. But Singer, the trade though for Dino to come through is
I'll be
1
fine.
HP on to 5s. Nader is going to go ahead and take that 4-hit himself. It's the second round for GCU to come through.
GCU with their backs against the wall has only the one option, fight tooth and nail, and they are doing that right now.
Yeah, absolutely. As we come into another round, another fight, and it's going to be a full gun round for both teams. But basically how it's going to be for GCU, they are never going to be afraid to force up because they know it's going to be the last round if they lose. So, you know, if you're not putting your entire economy on the line every time, or I guess I should rephrase that, economy becomes irrelevant at this point for them.
Yes, no, they
All that
just,
matters is winning the rounds.
They gotta
so you're
get
gonna
their-
put everything into it.
they gotta give them their best foot forward to just have a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like TMU wants to finish this early as a fast hit. Looks to come through for A, but slowed down.
Oh,
is
dang, Bolt hitting a wall bang through the Viper wall.
A big start for him. Trying to get a little hot. It's the Skydog. Tries to find some value, but it's just going to
See,
be
Dino can
TMU
catch
walking
anyone.
up yet again. I think a lot of this walking up has to do with how GCU has no real sentinel. You know, you have like the Cypher, the Killjoy. TMU taking advantage of it, being able to walk up on so many of these different angles, but GCU has to commit bodies to holding all of these sight lines, so
Uh-oh.
it's going to be a little difficult.
Oh,
Volt
nice.
finds the kill.
Volt being forced out of into a bad position, but able to come out on top, taking out their counterpart.
Yeah, and there's the bomb also in A main. GCU not quite knowing that right now, but
Ooh, good angle.
trying to find anything. A nice nade from Dino to support his teammates on site. As all three of the TMU players sitting behind this wall, one going up towards heaven, two
30 seconds
looking
left.
to try and get out onto site.
See, it looks like they might rush through.
Yeah, now
Just got to land
getting a
these
little
shots.
closer. Nice Viper wall. Finally gonna go up, and it looks like TMU
Oh, dang.
actually is just gonna
10
save
seconds left.
these guns into the next round. Not as a play we see normally, but
No,
it's gonna come through.
their jet was pretty low.
Yeah. All in all, probably the right decision. You
Yeah.
don't want too much momentum to go in GCU's favor. obviously we'd love to see a attempt, because if they're trying to take that A site, it's going to be kind of a bloodbath, running through a Viper wall into a triple crossfire, essentially. It's not going to work out for them, but the right play nonetheless. They're going to be able to buy up into this round as well, get their other players that did die, maybe a couple of guns as well, maybe a deagle here and there. Now, it actually looks like TMU prepping towards mid yet again. It's going to come down to Envy's. See what he can do. Play 2, now 3. Starting to walk up.
Tough spot there, that breach being able to find Envy.
Yeah, now TMU getting a little aggressive, getting into mail. No mollies yet to be used. Now Envy's.
There's the molly ready.
Gonna be able to delay a lot.
See a good nade possibly help, like nade possibly tossed into heaven to help out.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely ready to throw it wherever he needs to.
Here.
Now just a walk up yet again. As the molly, the timing doesn't quite work out, and that's full B heaven control for TMU, and this pinch is going to be devastating, but
nice.
Nader is going to find his counterpart.
Here.
Oh, Cypher has activated their ult. Unspun
Yeah.
side, 5 survives Dino. It is starting to topple.
It's 2v4, and now the Cypher trying
Don't Cypher.
to make a solo fight. 30 seconds now to get this bomb down, and it's not going to come in too soon. It's only going to be these 2 players, but no,
Both
that's
of them
going to be the
at
map.
the same time.
13-4 favor of TMU, a devastating loss, devastating first map for GCU coming into this. We talked about last week how Fisher kind of had their number going into the next map, or the second map, and now looks like TMU might be in that same realm, but looking for GCU to come back strong on the second map of Ascent. Don't go anywhere, we're taking a break.
We'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. We're going to be going into our second map here. The second map is going to be Ascent. We're going to be starting on attack again. Hopefully, GCU is able to get something started early on and get some momentum going on this one. Possibly take the whole map back and then take it to a map 3. That is going to be our best case scenario, and we're hopeful for that. But realistically, it is going to be a hard fight for this map.
Yeah, I definitely would have to agree. The one thing that I would say that would be in GCU's favor is how TMU played Split kind of counteracts how they want to play it just on the attack side in general. You know, with the double duelist, you're wanting to get super aggressive. You want to take the fights. You want to get onto site fast. Yeah. And TMU kind of took advantage of that. You know, you played the Cypher not necessarily to try and keep control of a couple of map spots here and there, like you put a tripwire in heaven so that they know they can't be in heaven, or you put it in vent so they know they can't go from mid to vent. And once they break it, you would know that. But actually, their Cypher instead was placing trips onto the site, trying to find these players as they're executing the site, trying to get out, and nobody was breaking the tripwires. Nobody was able to find them. Nobody was really ready for them. And like we saw in the pistol round, we saw the Cypher tripwires find the first bloods for free, essentially. And yeah, that's basically going to be why GCU does find. Sorry, I'm just gonna stop that thought. I say something different on Ascent. My heart is happy. A breach. Looks like we're returning to beta, I guess. That's literally the only thing I can see. That's going to be the only change. It's the breach for the KO. And, you know, I don't know how that's going to work. I guess Hunza is pretty comfortable on that breach role. Did have a lot of good util.
Yeah.
And, you know, playing the breach jet combo pretty effectively all through Split, not only on defense, but even on the attack that we saw that glimpse of when they were at, through B main, through B heaven on Split, just having that breach concuss ready to go through heaven, and then the jet dash, just kind of like a Korean jet moment.
Yeah.
Now, gonna see how it works out for TMU this time around with the breach instead of the KO. Kind of changes things up too, because you know you have the KO ult for GCU, which is gonna be one of the big time ults. It's gonna get you out on the site. It's gonna be a fast take when you want to try and push out the Killjoy. But now, when you have that breach, it's just gonna be the breach ult that they're gonna be able to use, and that's gonna be it. It's now GCU. More of a 3-2 B split, the looks of it. The jet dash, not going to be able to escape from it. It's the fight through mid, a nice blind from Sipe. Trying to come through as just one comes through, but it's Mara and Stallion finds one. Nate not going to find any more. Now, yeah, and all the players. Sean now fives to finish it off, and that's a pretty quick pistol for TMU. Almost like they were ready for GCU to take this fast, aggressive B through to B, up through mid, and just do the B split. So, looking to get a little bit of a slow start for GCU.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not winning that one. You know, we should keep track of how often we win pistol rounds. I'm just realizing I don't have that on top of my head.
Yeah, I mean the past 2 series, I don't think we've won one.
Darn.
So
not looking that great.
Trying to get back into it, but nonetheless, 2-2-1 for the side of GCU.
It's the Omen in the jet.
This aggressive push might get caught out a little bit, but the sun does come through. The right click finds one. And damage to the other Dino is going to find the trade. And now just Dino is going to grab the orb, but not ready for the third. Now it's just Envy's to try and find this random trade, but the Stinger is just too good. Nobody there with him. Sipe alone in mid, fives to find him. Now a Guardian and a Dream for Nader. He's walking through A main.
Let's see. Well, he's only got the breach to contend with, who is currently...
Does find a little bit of damage, but now...
Oh, the other two move there real fast.
Be a bit of a fake.
Oh no, he's up high. Always going to have to contend with Sean there on the left side.
No kills will be found. A promising start to the round, but a bit of a blunder. Not expecting a third to be there with the other two in A main. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication onto how many players really were there. You know, you saw that breach stun, so you could theoretically think that the breach could go to try and find a trade, but
I think I saw Aries for Sova.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, he had that last round.
Didn't notice that. Yeah, it looks like it just wasn't a full info grab on that. And then, you know, that breach just kind of wandering around.
It's actually going to be an attack.
Yeah.
DC for
got
Tanzera.
disconnected.
Now the standstill to come through. Kind of interesting for GCU as we go into this next round. It's going to be full guns for them, and also just trying to see what they can get started here after what could have been a sick pistol, or sick, well, not really a sick pistol. It kind of got rolled on the pistol, but like the second round, you know, you find the two players in A
Got
main,
right click.
and yeah, just
insane.
I think the real difference is if Dino is just ready for another player to just kind of swing out and be ready for somebody to try and get a trade onto him. Could have been a little bit of a difference maker. You know, you find that kill and then it's a 4v2.
Yeah.
Eco, you have the number advantage. You probably have the site, or rightfully you can assume you would have the site, but you know, not going to be found. And now it's just the third round, down 2. But I mean, a normal place to find yourself when you do lose that pistol.
Yeah. And then also at that end, that 3v1 was probably the hardest spot to probably contest. That is that tree. We've talked about that before, is that you can get a stream crossfire of 3 just on either side. Not necessarily that the KJ was on the exact same side of that doorway, but at a different angle that gave even a better position and a harder one to contest. And then the Sova was just, you know, looking at the window with an Ares. So at any moment, just like, but you know, the LMG just like, you know what, might as well go for it and just spray down. So that was a really hard thing to contest. But like you said, just the fact that they even got put in that position was bad.
And now gonna be coming back into this round.
Technical issues dealt with.
Gonna be a pretty fast for GCU. The blind to come through. The no dash up draft actually as well.
Dino just thinking second thought, nope, and then they turn around.
Yeah.
I think TMU is going to be able to figure that out pretty quickly there, that they're not going A.
Yeah, there's noise heard from this Killjoy in B main. He hears all these players running up, and that's going to be some big info. I don't know if GC is going to be ready for him to be here, and Sean just does find the first and the second and a third as well.
Good Lord.
1 HP, no trades to be found. A bit of an oversight, not ready for him to be in that corner. Is now 2v5. Nary's running down. Nader does run out, finds one.
One enemy remaining.
Hun's taken out side there. Ooh, and another one. Good Nader.
That's another bonus for TMU to find.
They can run or get run
Hun's
over.
picked up. 3 players still alive for TMU.
Great googly moogly thing. Take it out here. And not in the Valentine's Day sort of way.
I mean, it's just kind of the same kind of idea for setups as it was on Split. You have that Killjoy towards the weak side and getting pretty aggressive with 3 players, the Breach, Jet, Omen combo, just in general. Try and find any value in general.
That's Silva right there.
Now GCU trying to get a bit of a split onto A.
Ooh, let's see.
Oh. The Dino not going to find the kill. And this Breach ready for any aggression to be found. But actually walks up, Scythe. Going to punish him
that
for
was
just walking
nasty.
up like that.
Nasty flick.
Now,
all the spray through caught him. Zera finding Volt.
yeah, and
Stallion finding Envies as well.
I got the spike.
Now just a 4v1.
Nader's got this. He's going to clutch this. Don't worry about it.
I sure hope so.
Yeah, that would be amazing. If we did it, we're clipping it, we're posting it.
Fair enough. slow walk back.
Fives holding the Ares at the wall, ready to spray at any moment.
It's just such a Sova moment. Too. Yeah, this is gonna be pretty difficult.
Yeah.
To win here. Just a deagle. Anywhere he
Switch
goes,
it.
it's gonna be bad and just runs into the
Yeah,
up down.
Fascinator right there.
Honestly, it's just a choose one and you're wrong kind of scenario. You go either go back into A main where the Jet is just flanking you now. You go into tree where you're being held with an up down,
Yeah.
hold, or you're just gonna go through mid, get mollied off by an alarm bot instantly, or you could go B main, or when the Ares just staring at you, ready to fire at you and
an Odin now.
Yeah, that's not gonna bode well.
Switching it up, you know, just a little.
Yeah.
Showing the LMG some love here. Just Odin and Ares for the solo.
It might be a fast kill here.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Well, doesn't find the kill, but does find a lot of damage. Nice blind, but Demzira just ready for it nonetheless.
Good
nice
teamwork there.
Omen paranoia from Fives to try and
Envy's getting the kill.
keep some mid presence. Now it's just gonna come down to Envy's. See if he can find this kill, but find it he does not. 3v4 now for GCU.
Ooh.
Trying to.
Nader practically. Well, yeah, one hit for a Vandal, right?
Yeah, one hit for basically every gun. Gonna back up.
Oh, if that spray through comes in from Fives. Nope, nothing. KJ on the right. Catches it. Ooh!
Great does come through.
Player standing.
But nothing more is now just Volts alone. 3v1. Trying to get it done.
Ooh,
Finds
nice
the
kill.
first, not the
Ooh,
second though.
right
It's
after
a nice
noted.
start. 4 Fives.
Died. Fives doing pretty well last round as well. Expect, you know, the Sova not getting to play as aggressive, but definitely gets to be campy with that Odin.
Yeah.
5-0.
Here.
Probably get a timeout on the next round.
Yeah, and GCU not really going to take an eco here either. All of their players just kind of have light guns, but Envy's in sight. Actually, yeah, finally going to sell those Vandals, take the eco,
By light
try and
all
make
around.
something happen.
Here.
TMU making their way towards B main yet again. They just knife out. It's not expecting anybody to be close. It's going to be pretty detrimental. Now just Cypher can't find the white swing kill either. And both players for GCU stuck in market, trying to find anything.
Man, none of these shares hit.
Last player standing.
Stallion to find
Oh,
one.
and
It's
another
now Hunza.
A flawless victory for TMU. They have 4 out of 5 ults ready. The only one who doesn't is that Sova. Oh man, this is not looking great. But GCU does have the Jet ult, the Sova ult, and the Omen ult ready. Let's see if they can start cooking with any of that. They got the ingredients. Let's see if they can put them together.
Yeah, and it kind of comes down to if they can just get onto site. Haven't found any post plants yet. No bomb plants at all.
Yeah.
Just kind of get stuck by this TMU setup everywhere they've gone.
Even if they did get a bomb plant on this one, they got to contend with that KJ, and that's going to probably waste the Sova ult.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Another spray through. And I like the aggressiveness from Nate. He's trying to get anything at all, and the split does come through as well. It's going to be a stun to kind of stop everything, and the Omen ults to try and give some more support on the backside. 3v4 as they run out, but nobody going to clear the right. 4 players fall as they run out onto site.
Just
Just
Envy's right
Envy's left alone.
Let's even get one more kill. Just for fun. Nope.
Fine, and he will not. It just kind of feels uncoordinated, these hits. Nobody really there to clear any corners. Not the same amount of util to be found from GCU as we normally see in TMU taking full advantage of it here on these maps. To go 7-0. And another light buy. Actually just a force up. Daggers for Dino. As well as a couple Vandals and Guardian.
Get out of my way.
Killjoy gonna be backing up pretty far. Anticipating the KO ults is. Here comes the gun, and a spam through is just gonna find yet another kill.
Dang,
and
another
second
Odin kill.
spam through as well. Nader though does find the kill mid.
It's
Finds
really
nothing
low,
else.
one hit. And Nader goes down by Stallion. Spray through. Ooh, Sype almost hitting that. Envy's really low, left on his own.
Enemy remaining.
Yeah, Sype does find one, just gets traded instantly.
nice.
Now Envy's 1v1, 1 HP. Trying to
Goodness, a
find
little excitement
anything
here.
at all, but will not find it.
Looked away at the wrong one.
Yeah.
That makes it 8-0 for TMU.
Thanks. You failed. Now flee.
Just unfortunate to watch. Just so many little things that go wrong, but also just a lot of things going right for TMU as well.
Yeah, and there comes the timeout. Definitely needed. Need some kind of momentum swing, some kind of idea. Try and get GCU onto site. We saw them finally get it last round, but I mean, it was just the readiness from TMU. You know, you see the dart just takes out the entry instantly with the Odin, and then even gets a spam through the smoke randomly, just finds another kill yet again. Makes it really difficult for GCU to do much of anything when you find the aggression on B main with the Sova, Odin, and the Killjoy utility to stop them.
Yeah.
As well as when you try and go through A, you know, you find the Breach, Jet, Omen just trying to fight all together. You have that Breach utility to support them as well, and it makes it really difficult to make anything start.
TMU is just playing. It's a smart play. Like, it's not something we see that often, but what they're doing is really smart, and it's just there's no answer for it, and it's not like we see this happen a lot in comps either. So I think GCU just had a curveball thrown at them, and then when they adapted to the curveball, the screwball came in. They just don't know what's hitting them right now, and I think they haven't been able to answer it at all, and we've seen that. So hopefully they're able to come up with something, figure something out, try and get a turn in momentum. But if not, then we are looking for another dreary round.
Yes. A couple Vandals to come through.
Nice.
Full utility, a lot of ults as well. None used for GCU. Only that KO ult and the Jet ult have come through. TMU being a little conservative with their ults as well. Not really needing to have used them all that much. And now you see that Killjoy ult and the Sova in spawn. Maybe thinking about using his ult to try and counteract it, but nothing found as GCU
nice.
Nader finds the first blood, first for a while, or pickup as well, and this fake looks to have gone through. Is now the hit starting to come through, but the Killjoy for TMU kind of ready for this. All of his util set up and ready, and a nice fast stun is going to make it difficult for GCU to get out onto site. Now just
nice
one
TP.
lone player.
Gotta find Sean here, clear him.
Now just
Oh my
kills
gosh, just
found,
whiffing
and
it.
Sean
Not
does
too bad.
eventually get traded out, and Envious to find another 2v4.
Sype and Envy's being able to find something there is huge there, just to kind of give them any sort of a chance.
As the drone pop through, and now does have that volley. I mean, the spam through from B main just makes it impossible. And now there's that Omen ult that we were talking about. Does get the bomb down, and now it's going to be what he decides to do. Does decide to TP up into heaven, and this timing could be huge. He does
There it
find
is,
one
there's
out.
one.
Goes for the second. No. Just backs up. Does take the
Two.
fight. There it is.
We got
Sype
something.
to find the miracle 1v2 is going to be
Beautiful,
the
but will
hero.
it be enough to start generating some momentum for us and to get us seriously rolling?
Yeah, and that's what you need when you're GCU here. The nice thing is, though, it's not famously defensive-sided. Gonna hop on the Cope train here. Definitely defensive-sided. You know, you find 3 rounds on the offensive side. Could be all you need to turn it around as you go into the next half. Now just TMU. Trying to play a little bit more passive. Sova very far back yet again in CT, probably ready to use his ults for either site that GCU chooses. Now the drone about to come in, and this hit looks ever so menacing here. A nice shock dart as well is going to break a lot of that Killjoy utility.
Ooh.
Now just
See
the
the
drone.
box, sees it.
Does
Oh, I
find.
don't think they saw Sean.
I think they did. I think they
Did
did.
they? Okay.
But the dart gonna basically stop
the Odin.
everything. Oh. Now just a drone, but Sean is gonna finally just get traded.
There's the
Only
Odin.
one found. So now
Alright,
it's just
at that
Envy's
point, yeah.
up close and
Looks like this
personal,
lurk
3
from
players.
TMU with the Jet and the Omen.
Nowhere
Yeah.
to run.
And a nice sub-ult as well to try and delay, find anything, but
Ooh, Volt
does
able to hit
find a
Huns.
kill.
Ooh, Envy's getting hit.
Yeah,
5's taken out sight, but unfortunately that enemy
Now-
Sova taken out.
GCU might not be ready for this flank NB main. Nobody really looking at it.
No, it's gonna be bad.
Maybe Nate to find
Oh,
something.
there we go. Dino sees it.
One
Ooh,
enemy.
And
Envy's
Envy's
catches
finds
both
two.
of them. It's a 3v1, the first time we've been up in an advantage in a while. Oh, man.
Manages to find another kill though in
Player
a second.
No.
Just trying to find the last kill and
Are
yeah,
you
find
kidding
it.
me?
He does.
Losing that round,
Unfortunate
but
turn
still
of
making
events.
us pay for the win.
Yeah,
heavily.
exactly. Not quite
Watch them run when lit by my
the way you want it to go down, but you
Yeah,
know you
push
can't
it down.
complain when you get the round win.
Yeah. But, I mean, he got 4. He got 4 of the 5 kills.
Yeah. To be fair though, I mean it's kind of hard to not. I mean you're in a pretty advantageous spot in
Yeah.
CT. You
Sure.
know we know where all 3 players are. They have to get on off site, so they have to just sprint into you essentially. So you know at the end of the day it is what it is, but still it's gonna be pretty
Yeah.
tilting to lose all those players like that. Now the fast util yet again, and Envy's just falls really quickly. Not gonna be finding
Oh,
any more,
nice.
but Volt is gonna find that trade and the res possibly come through as well.
Oh,
And
nice.
Dino finds the entry
Dino
on the
catches
site.
Spike down.
Sean
Nothing
catches
else
Dino.
though. Shock dart.
Shock dart.
That
Try and
defender
find
killed Jordan.
anything you
Player
can.
standing.
Nothing to be found with the Odin though. As Envy's making his way towards A. This 1v3 gonna be much more difficult for him to pull off. Now all 3 players essentially already in
Spike
heaven.
planted.
Whatever Envy's goes, someone's holding, and now not gonna be found.
He's 1 tap.
A couple of these players for TMU are as well though,
Oh,
but the
there he
Omen
is.
paranoia just barely coming out of effect and not gonna be able to find the round is now the 9th for TMU. Looking,
Got 1 more round in the
Last
half.
round before
yeah,
the switch.
definitely looking like GCU is trying to make some aggressive plays. Saw, you know, Dino just trying to go through the smoke in CT. Just kind of alone, not really ready to. Well, maybe he definitely was ready to take on the aggression when you walk through a smoke
Yeah.
like that
Here.
into a basically no man's land,
Yeah.
but just not gonna
Looking up that Odin was
be
kind of.
rewarded. Yeah,
It was the right idea. Execution was a little shoddy,
yeah.
but then again, he didn't have the cards stacked with him. Oh, the Odin through the wall.
Yeah, I mean he got tagged by the dart, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be pretty easy.
Oh
and
dang, the
also
blade sword
sight.
comes through, takes out sight.
I mean, yet another spam. It feels like he cannot miss
For
on
him.
an NEGCU player. Dimezira.
Last player
Takes out
standing.
Dino and Envy's. Volt gets 5s. Oh wow.
Not gonna find any more, but do find a 10-2 half.
Switching
Now.
sides.
GCU in a pretty rough spot in general.
Yeah, no, they would have to take it all the way consistently here. It's gonna be pretty easy. They only got 3 rounds for TMU in order to win this. But like you said, we're drinking that copium, defender heavy. maybe GCU can turn it around.
If you're gonna do it on any half, it's probably gonna be this one on for a sense, this defensive half. GCU set up to take on an A hit, but looks as though TMU is ready to run through mid, try and find a fight up through to B. As the smoke comes through, and actually it looks like it's just gonna be, yeah, up through mid. TMU
Sipe
yet again
catch him.
walking up. A
Ooh.
nice right click from Sipe. Not going to find any more for his trouble, though, as now it's just...
Right here.
Oh, actually, Dino from behind finds another dink as well.
Spike down mid.
As Nate
Last
finds a
player
trade, and now a
standing.
2v1 found. Bomb down up in heaven. It's Dino,
Interesting.
1 HP.
This is the momentum shift we really need.
It is. This would be the first pistol. This timing is so nasty.
Last player standing.
Yeah, Sean gonna find one, but not the second, unless the knife kill comes through.
No way. Unfortunate
in
for Sean.
spectacular fashion.
What a way to show up and try and get some momentum started for this round, starting it off right.
I mean, sure. We'll take a round like that.
That was nasty.
Can even just loosen up the team in general, just finding a knife kill just randomly like that.
Yeah.
Just
Another.
really should never happen, but hey,
Never,
why
never.
not? All good. It's now maybe a bit of a fast hit. Gonna break turret. Not quite as fast as I thought it would be. That information gonna break Taylor, but a nice shock dart from Volt. Finding
Caution
a
here.
big one onto Breach and Jet. Both 1 HP.
Ooh, the outlaw. Smart play for the light buy.
Yeah. Gonna know all these players on at least light shield, never full shield. Ready to
Let's see.
try and find
Dino
any kills
catch
he
anyone
can.
here. He's got a lot. Got 3 of them. Ooh, let's get close. Let's see.
A lot
Oh,
of
he
that.
zoomed
Wow.
down at the exact wrong moment.
Timing not quite on his side, and these smokes from Fives just trying to get his teammates out onto site a lot of the time. It's gonna be really difficult to try and play through. Volt though was hiding in that ult.
Ooh,
in that
Volt taking
smoke.
out 2. Taking
Finds
out the
another.
3rd.
B.
Ooh, Nader
One enemy
finding
remaining.
Sean. It's a 4v1 here.
Has some nice
30
help
seconds
from
left.
all of GCU players.
Nice.
And a nice
That
double
was-
swing. I see life. I don't know about you.
I definitely see life right now. This is the first time we've ever had that kind of advantage on a round like that, 4v1. Definitely looking a lot better here, like you said, defense heavy, so maybe that's playing to him right now. We gotta hope that keeps working.
As players from GCU doing that same kind of setup. Actually, though,
Right here.
Envy is setting up maybe towards CT, a little bit towards mid. As I say that, just while running back or right back to A main.
Revealing
So
area.
in general, yeah, it's just gonna be Fives. But Odin yet again gonna be Sova cheesing. Doesn't matter what map it's or what side they're on.
It's just their go-to cheese play.
Absolutely. I
Oh,
mean,
all
if you're
4 of
playing
them going through
Sova,
mid.
just walking up yet again. I saw a lot of this on split as well. Just these contact plays. And I mean, if GCU can find this round win, oh, actually, this could be the window to do it. Sipe, quite a good spot. Hasn't found any aggression yet, but might be able to here in a second. As finally here's the players running through, and yeah, here comes the blind, and the spam
Oh,
doesn't
nice.
come through. Tanzira finds
Oh,
2, but
nice.
Sipe also finds 2. The TP across,
Player
won't find
standing.
another, and now just Nate left alone, 1v3. Doesn't
Oh.
find it. Sean yet again to find the final kill. The 11th goes to TMU, and a bit of a momentum stopper for GCU.
Yeah, GCU's cushion just dwindles away. They only have 2 more before TMU wins.
Turn out. Yeah.
5 players towards A main, maybe looking to
Full gun round.
go back up towards A main. Couple of players in a good spot. No big time ults really close to being ready for either team. Early stun, and
Oh,
Sipe
nice.
just gets a kill through the stun. Envies as well to get a trade.
Spike down A.
Not really a trade, just a kill.
Nice.
Dino to find one as well, and that's gonna be what brings life back into this team. the aggressiveness from TMU, just being able to find the kills through the random util that they are throwing. Now the paranoia, a little bit of
One
everything.
enemy remaining.
There we go. Dino catching
Spike
trading.
down A.
Oh, Sean fighting both of them. Unfortunate. Let's see, Volt. Just a bad double swing.
Trying to
Deploying drone.
wait for the perfect timing. Does find the tag. The drone still does come up. All these players in Hater. 2 reliable finds Sean. Finally. It's now 11-5.
I can hold an
Definitely
area
a fight.
pretty well myself.
Yeah, was
Make sure to
definitely
cover
a
the
fight.
angles I can't.
Hey, but we're staying in it. That's what matters. She's staying in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see what we got right here.
Yeah, and a little bit of an eco, maybe, or more of a light buy, I suppose. See the bigger weapons, the Guardian, the Stinger, even the Outlaw, maybe. No, not going to come in. Now,
Interestingly, TMU's pushing this A right now, even though that was really, really troublesome for them.
nice Molly lineup for TMU is 4 players detected, and they know this shed is on site as well, so no players left.
Ooh, good timing from
Yeah,
Sipe.
Spike
Sipe
planted.
Planting on
gonna
the
be able
opposite
to
side there.
cut off all of the TMU players from each other. Now 2 in A main and 2 towards Hell. Flash out for Heaven. Now the retake comes through, and now Aftershock Envies find 1, but 2 players to be found, 2 to be traded back, and the final for
nice.
Envies. That's gonna be round number 6, 11-6.
They're kicking. They are kicking. Right
They
now.
are indeed kicking.
Down here.
Quite ready to get
Bring it
on
back.
into this map.
Let's see here what the buy looks like for TMU. It looks like they're gonna throw it. They're all into it. Try and change the momentum here. Unfortunately, it looks like Diamond is left without a heavy shield set. Still Vandals for everyone around. Except Fives, who chooses to fan him, but he was hitting shots with that, so. Oh, never mind.
Right here.
Never mind. He pulled out the Odin. I don't like this.
Right here.
Why?
Now it's just going to be a spam fight. Here we go. Let's have a moment. Luckily, not going to keep on spraying as
Revealing
Things
area.
are
would have been.
things fall a
Caution.
little bit. Odin
Yeah,
for
it's-
Silva's like, you want to play this game? Let's play this game. The Silvas go against each other. Volt having enough. Let's see. No, Volt's not gonna spray through the wall. Okay, let's see.
Just 1 HP,
Moving away here.
trying to find any sort of damage.
See, it looks like they might be thinking about going mid there with the jet setup.
Yeah, might looking through it for, yeah. Gonna be another walk up, a lot of contacting for TMU. No alarm bot this time around.
Noted that
find these
TMU has the
players.
Silva breach and Omen already. We have the KO jet and Omen already on GCU.
And a nice start to try and find any info. TMU though. backs
Unfortunately,
up
without
just in time.
how close TMU is, if they start using ults, we might have to use ults just to, hang in there.
Yeah, and Dino's getting,
Bad
yeah,
timing.
gonna find terrible
30 seconds
timing. So Volts
There we go.
is just gonna spray through, does find 1, and now the 3v4 retake is gonna have to come through here in a second, but Sipe might be in a good spot, but no, Sean, way too aware, just finds Sipe yet again.
Spike planted.
Now a 2v4.
Envy's here having some util ready.
Last player
Oh,
standing.
wow. Dimes Air flicked so hard. What?
Now Envy's just gonna have to run through, does find the first, but the second not gonna be able to be attained.
Makes it
Now,
12-6. There,
Backs
match
against the
point.
wall.
Match point.
4 ults up for TMU. 3 for GCU.
We got the Jet, KO, and Sova alt ready on our side. But the TMU has the Jet, Sova, KJ, and Omen alt. So they have a pretty good setup right there. They're able to get in there, get them out with the KJ one, and then if they need to maneuver really well, get that Omen one.
Get out of my way.
This is going to be aggressive. A tiles crunch for GCU. Stallion, though, is going to find the first.
Ooh, the shuts
bolt
down
on the
the
trade.
Blade Storm.
Not going to be able to do too much more. Actually just swings out. Sype with the
Spike
trade.
down
3v3
B.
now. Inbound. Sype looking to find another, but too slow on the trigger. Sean 7 finds yet another 2v3. Volley comes through and spams might come through as well.
Player
Oh,
gonna be
wow.
tagged
Wow,
and-
flashed.
Not going to be
Bomb grenade out.
ideal for them. Now just Nader to try and keep GCU in it.
Spike planted.
A 1v3. Killjoy lockdown in CT.
Wow, Nader dodging all these Sova shots.
One,
Nader.
but
Oh.
not the second.
Attackers.
And another
win.
2-0
I'm not
loss
Are you?
for GCU going for this week 3. Pretty unfortunate to see, but at the end of the day, well played on the side of TMU.
Very good.
Just GG's all around.
Yes. It seems that Toronto is making up for Alberta's loss. Took it personally. Nah. But yeah, very good job from TMU. Unfortunately, we hate to see our guys lose, but they were showing a bit of life at the end there, just showcasing that they can even in tough spots come through and play at a high level.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's basically going to wrap up the stream for today. We do have some upcoming streams, though. For Thursday, we have our Purple Rain that we are having go through on Thursday, obviously.
Yes.
I believe it's at 6?
I think so, yeah. I think it has 6 start time.
6, not at 6 MST. It's at 7 MST on
Time zones.
Thursday. Yes, time zones. We love time zones. So that's going to be, I guess it would be 6 PST then.
There you go. That's
there
right.
we go. Okay. Yeah, time zones are difficult. And then also on Saturday, we have another Purple Rain VOD that will come out at around 12 PST. Not 12 PST. Not 12 PST.
12 MST.
12 MST.
We'll get it right. We'll get our
Okay,
time
I
zones
see.
down. Okay.
Yeah, it gets tough over here, okay?
Yeah.
Just in the mountains. And then also on Friday, we have our Firefox Friday, as always. That's going to be streamed here. And yeah, I believe that's about it. Oh, yeah. And then I guess we will be back playing St. Clair for this stream, this Valorant stream that you're seeing us two on. Again, incredible.
On a Monday,
On
instead
Monday,
of
not
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Today was just a different setup.
Yeah. So anyways, those are upcoming streams. That was the end of this stream. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for supporting everybody that puts their time and effort into these streams, as well as the teams that we present on these streams, just in general. So thank you again for coming on and showing some love. And we'll see you next time.